Hello, everyone. This is case number 4. None of our business. Team is Ricky Green and myself, Mark Manning. Let's get started. Important facts of the case. Manhattan-based electronics company Radar is among the top 5 makers and integrators of RFID tags and readers in the U.S. KK, formerly known as Cool Kids, is an apparel company with 50 stores nationwide that specializes in brands popular with teenagers. Radar provides supply chain RFID services to KK at the pallet level for warehouse inventory purposes. Childware Incorporated is a Texas-based company that developed an RFID chip to be inserted under the skin of children for tracking and safety purposes. Craig Davis is the CEO of KK and is very enthusiastic of the possibilities of tracking items with RFID tags. Carol Sullivan is the marketing director of KK and was inspired by Childware Incorporated's technology for tracking and personalized services. Dante Cirilla is the CEO of Radar, the main character of the story, and he develops an ethical dilemma on using RFID for tracking purposes based on his experience with protesters at a technology expo at the beginning of the story. Key issue: how can KK eliminate false identification based on tagged clothing items being worn by someone other than the one who it's registered to? For example, teenagers swapping clothes or clothing given as a gift? Or what if a gift item is stolen? Alternative courses of action: offer a discount card with an RFID chip as an easy sign-up option instead of an RFID chip embedded in the clothing. Eliminate the personalization features like the personalized greeting and use RFID chips only for inventory control and product registration. Or continue to use RFID tagging at the pallet level only for KK's New Jersey warehouse and throw out the item level idea altogether. Course of action 1, RFID discount card. Pros: the target audience, teenagers, are less likely to let someone borrow a discount card versus borrowing each other's clothes. The card is less likely to be stolen or used by someone else. Since cards offer benefits in return, there is less opportunity for legislative backlash. Cons: cards can be lost, stolen, or destroyed, and a card does not prevent other RFID readers from reading the chips for their own purposes, for example, a competitor. COA 2, RFID for inventory control only. Pros: helps to improve inventory control and prevent losses by tracking products as they come in and as they go out. It still offers registration of clothing items to customers, providing other possibilities for perks such as warranty registration, returns, and exchanges. Cons: the desired personalization experience by KK is nullified, and potential backlash from future legislation against RFID tags could stain the company reputation. Course of action 3, RFID continues at the pallet level, at the warehouse level only. Pros: avoids all potential problems with customers revolting, avoids potential backlash from future legislation. Cons: Radar would miss out on large potential revenues for RFID technology, and KK could lose a potential competitive advantage should one of their competitors implement the item level system. Recommended course of action: offer discount card with RFID chip. Why? RFID chips are currently around 33 cents each, which can be expensive when embedding them into every item sold. A discount card contains an RFID chip that will perform the same function as RFID chip embedded in the apparel items. The number of RFID chips required will be substantially less, which will be less expensive to implement. In addition, there is no guarantee that each item of clothing that a customer registers to themselves will always be worn or worn by the same customer when the RFID tagged item enters the store. An RFID card is less likely to be on a person other than who it was issued to. Key issue: should KK take advantage of the lack of RFID legislation and implement a quote-unquote minority report style item level tracking system for the purpose of tracking customers and stoking their brand? Yes, they should. Pros: puts KK in a unique position with a competitive advantage, potentially disguises potentially distinguishes the KK brand with high technology services. Radar will be credited with pioneering the system that created this experience. Cons: potential backlash from customers and/or law could permanently harm the reputation of both KK and Radar. Course of action 2: no, don't do it. Pros: eliminates the potential backlash from customers and/or the law about violating privacy that could permanently harm reputations. Cons: KK would miss out on a unique branding opportunity. Radar would miss out on a unique opportunity to implement something that could change the future of retail. Recommended course of action? Yes, do it. Why? The personalized services provided by this technology will revolutionize retail sales. It would also force the issue with legislators at the state and national levels by providing a foundation on how this technology can be used when creating the laws that will govern its use. This is a more highly favorable position to be in rather than having future laws passed that dictate how this technology can or cannot be used without this foundation first in place. This in turn will set a standard that will be used in the future, and this standard will be credited to the pioneering efforts of KK and Radar. Key issue: how can KK and Radar minimize the impact of backlash against them for implementing RFID chips for product tracking purposes? Alternative courses of action: be proactive by generating a positive public perception of RFID tracking and the benefits of using it. Include potential issues of using it and include policies against its misuse. Or design and implement a contingency plan for reacting to public revolt if something goes wrong. Course of action 1: be proactive. Pros: gives the opportunity to show concern for customer feelings and a sense of openness. Provides a feedback mechanism to gauge the acceptance from customers about this technology. Raises awareness of potential benefits while minimizing public phobias about the capabilities of RFID technology. Cons: customers could misinterpret the information and form false conclusions, causing distrust. These efforts may not ease customer concerns on the ethical use of RFID technology. Competitors of KK and Radar could capitalize on this opportunity by conducting a smear campaign and spread misinformation about RFID. Course of action 2: be reactive. Pros: potentially less expensive in time and resources than being proactive. Creative contingency plans may be incorporated into future laws governing RFID technology, whether those contingency plans end up being used or not. Cons: reactive contingencies may backfire, causing greater problems. Loss of reputation in the event of a backfire, and loss of customer base due to feelings of unethical behavior. Recommended course of action: be proactive. Why? The ethical thing to do here is to be proactive in the approach using RFID tracking. This will help prevent any mistrust issues that may arise from customers and provide a way to educate people on the positive uses of this technology while discussing the potential negative uses of the technology and how they are to be avoided. Customers are more appreciative of openness and transparency, as well as the general public, and they can provide useful feedback on what they will accept and what they will not accept.